The North African country of Tunisia is a global crossroads, rich in culture and more than 3,000 years of history. But like many countries, it faces challenges in protecting its natural environment. Semia Gharbi is a scientist and educator who has dedicated her career to raising awareness about environmental issues in Tunisia.
We cannot live without air, we cannot live without water, we cannot live without food. So the interconnection between the education and the environment that I am working on.
Semia's work took on a new focus in 2019 when Tunisian customs discovered a shipment of 282 containers from Italy that were supposedly filled with recyclable waste, but in fact carried nearly 6,000 tons of illegally exported trash. The scandal reflected a global problem, waste trafficking, in which billions of tons of waste are illegally shipped each year to developing countries.
We cannot accept to manage the waste of other countries. It is really a big issue because already we have our waste to manage. The urban cities are really increasing, so this is also a big issue about the capacities of the landfills.
As Tunisian authorities took key steps to investigate the illegal shipment from Italy, Semia worked with her partners at the Green Tunisian Network to mobilize support for the government's effort and to get the illegal waste sent back to Italy.
The strategy was dynamic. It was like interconnected work with our government. We do our role. It is to give them the information with the science, with the research.
Through interviews, press releases, and social media, Semia and her team raised public awareness while working with authorities toward a solution. In November 2020, the Tunisian government's investigation exposed a ring of corruption responsible for the waste trafficking. Arrests were made, but the containers of trash remained in Tunisia. So Semia and her colleagues turned to international support.
The import-export is regulated by international law. So it becomes not only a Tunisian issue, but it becomes international issue. And that's to show that there is no borders for the environment.
Alongside global partners, Semia called for action from the Italian government. In response, a UN special rapporteur traveled to Italy to conduct an investigation. The resulting report was a turning point, calling on those responsible on the Italian side to take back the illegal trash. But a setback came when 70 of the 282 shipping containers were suspiciously set on fire.
When we learned about the burning of the 70 containers, we were really very, very upset. We know that with this mixture of waste, it will be a lot of emission of pollutants in the air.
Semia and her colleagues continued to support Tunisian authorities pursuing reshipment of the trash. Working with global partners, Semia also pushed for stronger international regulations. Meanwhile, an investigation by the Italian government led to arrests in Italy. Finally, in February 2022, Tunisia and Italy signed an agreement to return the remaining containers of waste to Italy. A year later, the EU adopted stronger rules and enforcement for waste trafficking.
I think this perhaps kind of movement helped to raise this issue for us as civil society. And we are seeing that in EU, they changed it to not export the waste to the developing countries. It is a win for the continent. It's not only for Tunisia.
Semia continues her work as an educator and scientist, promoting solutions to environmental issues in Tunisia and internationally.